If your goal is fat loss and body recomp and your weekends look like this,
Ready to party!
then today's show is for you. When I ask CBG nutrition coaches, what is a common question that you get? It's, can I drink alcohol and still reach my goals?
Absolutely.
Well, if that's you, then stick around for the answer. Ready or not, let's go. All right, I'm here with the team. Justin, Gab, they are joining me again, and we are going to talk about alcohol and how is that going to affect you getting your goals? If you're wanting to lose fat, if you're wanting to body recomp, how does alcohol fit into that? So, Gab, I'm sure you get this question a lot. I'm sure a lot of clients, I mean, come on, it's a part of our culture. A lot of people, are consuming alcohol. So what is, like, when a client comes to you and says, when you first meet them and they're like, Gab, I'm going out tonight. Like, where does alcohol fit in my blueprint? Like, I can have a few drinks, right? Like, how are you going to handle that?
Yeah. Well, I think first of all, ethically, right? As a nutritionist, it's important for me to say that alcohol is not good for you. It has no nutritional benefit. It is 7 calories per gram. They contribute absolutely nothing to your health. So just important that we cover that base, right? There is no positive impact on the body from alcohol, period. The research supports this. But the second thing I want to know is, well, how important is reaching your goal to you, right? And I often pose it very similarly to running a marathon. The finish line is where it is, and you can walk or you can run. If you run, you're going to get there faster. If you walk, you'll still get there, but it's going to take you longer. So for me, consuming alcohol is a lot like deciding to walk. It is not necessarily an immoral thing. It is not necessarily going to prevent you from reaching your goal. It is just going to make it take longer. So what's more important to you, getting to the finish line or enjoying the journey?
Yeah. That's good. So, and then Justin, I'm sure, I don't know if you keep track of, if you like keep track of these specific types of statistics, but I'm sure that the majority of people that sign up with CBG, and I'm just guessing here, but I'm assuming that the majority of them their goals are either fat loss or body recomp. Like, would you say that that's probably true?
Yeah, I would say that's the majority. Everybody has the performance component in mind. They don't want to get like weaker just to reach their aesthetic goal and to like look like they do 4 to 5 watts per week. But it's kind of both, recomping, building better performance, getting stronger, maybe getting their first muscle up or better gymnastics capacity, or just like, general fat loss.
So then if someone is, Gab said, like, how quickly do you want to get, what are your goals? How quickly do you want to get there? So like how does alcohol, like more specifically, how does alcohol slow that progress down? Like, what is it about it that makes it harder for people to reach that goal?
Yeah, it's a couple things. I mean, in general, right, Gab already mentioned the calories, so 7 calories per gram. So you're adding more calories than you otherwise wouldn't if you weren't drinking, right? So that's
probably
one
a
thing.
significant amount, right? Like for one beer.
Yeah. Well, one beer is, maybe not the worst thing ever, right? But most people don't just have one beer. They have like multiple drinks, right? So if you can get to a place where like you can just enjoy one beer and be good, that's a really great place to be. And it's probably calorie wise, you're not going to really affect your fat loss or recomp goal that much, right? Where it becomes an issue is the binge drinking or multiple nights where you're having alcohol. And then in addition to that, the decision-making prefrontal cortex is completely altered with the consumption of alcohol, which then causes the poor decision side of things, right? And a lot of those poor decisions come from, the late night pizza.
Say, where are you eating after?
Yeah, the fries, the cheese fries, or, and then this affects our next day where we still make poor decisions with food. We miss our workout because we're hungover. And then it's sort of just like this mishmash of things that are moving us backwards instead of forwards. And so if you're going to drink alcohol and have a couple of drinks, keep that in mind. Still make better decisions with the food that you're going to eat that night and the next day. Still make that promise to yourself and handshake with yourself. No matter what happens tonight, I'm going to go work out tomorrow, right? So that I don't start just shifting more and more of track and building momentum in the wrong direction. It was just like a one night thing, and then go from there. But that's overall alcohol, some considerations in terms of in regards to most people's goals.
Yeah, I mean, so if 12 ounces of Bud Light is 145 calories, that adds up real fast. So like Gab, when you're talking to clients about it, are you talking about like, do you have people like have you had people that are drinking multiple drinks in a night and not realizing how much like calories they're taking in?
Yeah, for sure. I think we've all been there, right? And I think the really interesting thing and the thing that I like to lean into with people is, okay, it happened, right? You had your fun, you had some drinks. How did you feel the next day? How did you feel in the morning? What was your workout like? How was your sleep, right? If you wear a Garmin or something like that that tracks your sleep, how was it? What was the quality like? What are you feeling emotionally? What are you feeling physically? Like, understanding how alcohol impacts the way that you feel and the way that you perform is the best way of measuring, was it worth it?
Yeah. And so all right. So I don't know, is Waffle House a Midwest thing, or Gab, would you hit up the Waffle Houses?
I've never been to a Waffle House. I've never had the opportunity, never had the pleasure.
Yeah. All right. See, so there you go. See, that's a legitimate question. You got mad at me one time if I asked if you had Mexican restaurants in New York, but
Because that was insane.
come on. All right. But Waffle House is not far from that vein of asking,
We have
like, hey,
IHOP.
well, no, IHOP's not. That's
See,
like
I come from,
beef
listen, this is
jerky.
not why we're here, but I come from the land of the real diner owned by real Greek people who will really make you whatever you want. And they're open 24 hours.
There you go. There you go. So you're saying that Waffle House is just to mimic the New York diner, late night diner.
No, that is not what I said. I don't know what a Waffle House is, but I know what it's not.
All right. Enough Waffle House talk. So all right. So circling back around then to the topic of alcohol, I guess. So what's some benefits then? So all right, if I have to like benefits to deciding not to drink. Okay, so you talked about like we've talked about the negatives of it, how it holds us back, the reason why, because of all the calories, probably eating a lot of junk afterwards. So then our goals are in mind. Obviously, the fat loss, body recomp, those things are important. But are there other things that you share, Justin or Gab? Are there other things that you share with clients on like the decision to not drink alcohol? Like, is there other ways to help like kind of drive that point home, I guess, in avoiding alcohol?
Yeah, I mean, you're going to be better hydrated. You're going to have more energy. You're going to go more intensely in your workouts. You're going to recover better from the workouts that you're doing. You're going to put yourself at a much less risk of injury, drinking less alcohol overall. And yeah, I mean, that's a lot right there. Like
Yeah.
all that stuff, not drinking or limiting the amount of alcohol you drink is going to benefit you in all of those ways.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
So yeah, especially that workout piece, I guess. So, Gab, you brought it up too, and how the alcohol, like how do you feel the next morning, and do you end up skipping your workout because because you're not feeling great? So those are all definitely factors that people should be considering, and it's more than just I have to miss out on this social thing of alcohol. Well, it's kind of like, which is more important to you, I guess, like your goals, or being able to enjoy every aspect of drinking with your buddies, I guess. I don't know. So anyway, so you got some decisions there to make. However, if you want help with that decision, and you need accountability for that decision, maybe you're like, hey, you know what, I hear what Gab's saying, I hear what Justin's saying, and you're right, I do want this goal, I really want to achieve this my body recomp goals, but I need some extra accountability. Well, guess what? You click the link in the description. It's going to take you to CBG to learn and talk to somebody of how they can help you, how CBG can give you that accountability factor. Because they're probably, I don't know, Justin, maybe I'm talking for all the coaches incorrectly, but I'm going to say that most coaches are probably not going to try to program, like put alcohol into the blueprint. So it's kind of like a decision you're going to have to make on your own. Your blueprint, I don't remember the blueprint having any options for that plugged in there as like part of my snack, like, oh, I can have a beer as part of my snack. But I would say that they would help, make the decision and laying these things out for people and help with the accountability part of it on the decision that they make. So click that link in the description. CBG can help you out. And that's all we got for today about alcohol. Don't get mad at us, okay? People get like upset when we tell them to stop drinking and they're like, don't you dare mess with my alcohol. But hey, you got the proof is in the pudding, right, Gab? The proof is there. So anyways, that's all we got for you today. So for Justin, for Gab, I'm Joel. We're telling you to quit tracking those macros and probably quit drinking. We'll see you next time. Peace out.